Welcome back, everybody, to Synalytics Crypto. My name is Mike. Thank you for joining me this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing. I hope you're doing well. We got some things to talk about. We're going to go over some pretty critical pieces of news. We're going to start with Polygon here because this is, to me, the biggest news of the day personally, because I love Polygon. I've made a few videos recently, last couple of days about it, and the news just keeps on coming, you guys. So we're going to talk about this a little bit because this is actually pretty big. And I always try to catch myself and not refer to it as Matic anymore out of respect for the project. Changing to Polygon has meaning. Poly, the word poly means many. They don't want to be known as just Ethereum's layer 2 scaling solution because people are already talking about what's Matic going to do? What's Polygon going to do after Ethereum goes to 2.0? So many things. They're not just tied to Ethereum. They're just the major driver in helping Ethereum process things until they actually do scale in Ethereum 2.0. So Polygon's going to be around for a long time, you guys. This is growing and growing fast on my up my ladder of projects that I love, projects that I believe in, projects that I'm going to still continue to dollar cost average into and build a position in because of the things like this that I see for the future. Polygon datasets now available on Google Cloud. It's kind of big. Polygon data are now available on Google Cloud. According to Polygon, the integration with Google Cloud's BigQuery service will help analysts, data scientists, and developers derive useful insights from the Polygon blockchain. Polygon runs a scalable bridge network running parallel to the Ethereum and functions like a commit chain that is both faster and cheaper than the Ethereum mainnet. Good stuff. Data insights platforms will help the network's growth with decentralized applications as well as usage for the enterprise settings. Google Cloud's division has collaborated with the key cryptocurrency projects like Chainlink, Theta Network, big names, in the past. Both projects leveraged Google Cloud for their computing needs. BigQuery is one of the most popular data analytics. This data analytics is a big, huge industry right now, and going to get bigger a lot because it's all about analyzing mostly our dollars, because we are the advertisers. We are the people they're after. Analytics play a huge role in what companies are trying to do to sell advertisements, to get those advertisements to people, and analyzing data. Analyzing data is where it's basically the money of the future, if you ask me. Worldwide, it leverages the capabilities of the Google Cloud platform, the same infrastructure that powers products like Google Search, Gmail, and YouTube. If that's not showing you something here, I don't know what is. I'm going to try my best not to read this whole article because there's a lot of other news I got to get to, but this is good stuff. It is a simple yet powerful tool to query all kinds of data sets, including those pulled from public blockchains. After data sets are processed, the insights are organized using standard SQL syntax. According to Polygon, the tool functions as an indexer for both simple and complex queries used in on-chain analysis. For example, it can be used to run queries of several blocks and track the activity associated with the inoperable tokens. Polygon making progress. Yes, it is. The headlines are right there. For Polygon, the integration will be useful for analytics metrics like the most active and popular tokens, contracts, or apps on the network. We just read that already. At the same time, the analytics tool will make it easier for anyone to monitor transactions and help regulators more effectively analyze the Polygon chain for illegal activities such as money laundering and tax evasion. Okay, that's kind of a big area to be in. However, that's a common occurrence with all public blockchains. The ability of we're not going to read that. Polygon has seen explosive growth in the last 6 months. Yes, it has. In terms of daily active users, transactions, and total value locked. The growth accelerated after major DeFi projects like Aave, SushiSwap, Curve, 1inch Network, and others decided to expand to Polygon. The word poly coming into play here. More are coming. There are more things coming to the Polygon Matic network, mark my words, attracting plenty of Ethereum users and billions of dollars worth of liquidity. Liquidity's very important when you're wanting to get in and out of a project, especially when you're wanting to get out of a project. You need liquidity. The latest technical update follows the launch of the much anticipated Polygon SDK, a set of software modules that allow developers to deploy their own Polygon-based chains. There was a little bit more. Ren launches on Polygon. We already read that. So basically, it's growing. It's continuing to grow. Big things are happening. When you just see the word Polygon and Google together, or Google and anything really together, it really says that there is a use case for what's going on with this particular project. And that's what you want to see with projects that you're invested in, especially this time right now, this scary time in crypto, you guys, where we see dips and then we see recoveries and we see more dips, and everyone's still talking about, are we in a bear market when they're tossing those things around? The low cap altcoin gems right now are not a safe place to be. The 100xers are just kind of not there right now. Everyone's refunneling their portfolios into better, hopefully they're refunneling into better projects and or putting money on the sideline to get in. I am dollar cost averaging into Polygon. I need to increase my Polygon holdings. I don't have enough that I'd like to have, and I do see this project being one of the ones you can count on. We'll just leave it at that. A couple of small pieces of news before we get to something else big here. This just kind of sort of ties in with what is going on with the China FUD, because everyone's talking about, China banning Bitcoin mining, all this stuff. There are people that I listen to that I really agree with. They're saying, look, Bitcoin is not centralized. It's not fully decentralized either, but the fact that most of the hash power is coming out of China, it needs to spread out throughout the world. It needs to go in different places. This is just a small example. Me being a United States citizen, I'm going to cover this piece of news. Montana, set to be the next green energy powered Bitcoin mining hub. Good. Texas is already doing it. Montana's getting on board. You're going to see other places that are becoming very, very, very crypto friendly. We need the mining to be more decentralized. And that's good for Bitcoin in the long term. I'm really glad that these things are popping up on the feed. And this is the kind of news you need to be looking at when you're deciding what to do with cryptocurrency right now, especially when things are on a pretty big downturn. Bearish signals grow as Bitcoin price drops to 35K. The key part of this being, and traders ignore the dip. What exactly does that mean? Traders are ignoring the dip. That means traders are still buying. That means that every time Bitcoin or other altcoins go down, people that have that money on the sideline, they're starting to buy, they're starting to buy, they're starting to buy. But Bitcoin is, let's be honest, it's in a downtrend momentum right now. Nowhere near a bear market. I keep telling people that. I've been telling people in my Telegram channel. They've been asking questions. No, we're not in a bear market. There's too much momentum to the upside of institutional investments and a lot more retail investment getting in as well. Read this article, you guys. I'm not going to read it right now. It's just a good article to read because you need to know what's going on and not have that kind of fear. When you have fear in investments, that's when you make mistakes to the upside or the downside. Let's talk about this real quick. Regulators cannot actually ban Bitcoin. Of course, anytime that anyone's telling you that Bitcoin's going to be banned, they're not really telling you the truth. At least in this country, the United States, there are no signs of our government wanting to ban Bitcoin. And essentially, you kind of really can't. You can make it illegal, but all you do really is create a premium. In the countries that we've seen them make Bitcoin illegal, the premium has gone up. People have been trying to get more of it. It's just like anything else that they deem illegal. It creates black markets. And you can't ban something that's peer-to-peer. You can make it illegal and you can penalize people for doing it, but you can't ban it. Please read this article, you guys. It's definitely worth the read. It's a pretty lengthy article, but it's worth the ride. I promise you that. We're going to get into a little bit of Cardano news because I say often when I talk about Cardano or Ethereum in my videos that the two camps hate each other, guys. They really do. They don't like each other at all. And I keep saying I'm happy to see Ethereum do well. I'm happy to see Cardano do well. We need competition, and we want both of these robust enterprises to continue to grow, to continue to offer better things to the consumers and better platforms for people to develop more cryptocurrency projects and the like. We need these kinds of things. This title kind of catches you. Cardano's Charles Hoskinson, Ethereum 2.0 will kill ... He's basically saying that it's kind of silly, but he's basically saying Ethereum's going to kill itself because it's going to go from version 1 to version 2. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I mean, we're just going from the old to the new. We're making progress. It's the same thing Cardano's doing. Y'all know that my number one holding is in Cardano. My number one trust really as far as growth, and especially in the top 10 altcoins, which it can be a tough place to be because you're talking about huge market caps. I see Cardano as being lights out this year. I mean, it's going to totally crush it. Guess what? So is Ethereum. Okay? We need them both. It's like American politics, man. I don't choose a side because I don't like either side. But when it comes to this, I like both sides. So I see the good in both of them. I can see the improvements that they need to make and all these sort of things. But if you're really, in the Ethereum camp, I think you should read this. Also, if you're in the Cardano camp, I think you should read this because Charles Hoskinson has a lot of good things to say here. But look, Cardano being called an Ethereum killer, That's been going on for a few years now. Cardano's not going to kill Ethereum. Cardano's going to compete with Ethereum, and that's exactly what we want in this space, okay? Couple other good articles before we go look at the market and see what's going on right now. Whistleblower Edward Snowden says $6 trillion in stimulus is good for Bitcoin. Ding, really? It doesn't take a genius to see the fact that we're printing more money. We're not even printing money. We're not even, the money printers aren't going burr because we don't print that kind of money. We just create that money out of thin air. It's just ones and zeros on a computer screen. That's dangerous. That is dangerous, you guys. For people who hold dollars, it's dangerous. 6 trillion more of these are on the way. And they're not even these. They're the digital versions of these. The digital money's been around a lot longer than people think. It didn't start with Bitcoin. It started with your banks transacting ones and zeros back and forth between each other and doing fractional reserve lending because there's not enough of these to back up all of the actual dollars in circulation. So when you see titles like this, you really ought to have more confidence in the things you're invested in that aren't the dollar. Property, crypto, gold and silver, you guys. Don't overlook gold and silver. These kinds of things are not only hedges against the dollar, but they're opportunities to create wealth and at the very, very, very least, protect wealth. I've been saying this for months on my channel. We're not done printing money. We're not done. The ultimate poop coin, the ultimate airdrop coin, the dollar bill is not done adding to its 30 plus already $1 trillion in debt. The United States is a debt-based economy. You've got to get out of the dollar. You've got to put yourself in a place where your money, your hard-earned money, is a lot safer. Read this article, you guys. It's very, very, very good, and it's very telling. If you don't already know how economics work, you need to understand. I think most of you probably already do, because if you're invested in crypto and if you're spending time watching videos like these, you got to know something about something. People, it's funny. I keep hearing this comment about, dumb money entering the market. I don't call any money entering into the cryptocurrency market as dumb money. Should they make dumb trades? Are they uninformed? Yes. Dumb money? Absolutely no. Dumb money works really hard for minimum wage and puts these dollar bills in their bank accounts, not understanding that your savings account isn't saving you anything. In fact, it's hurting you because you're not even staving off inflation. So dumb money? No, I don't want to hear that talk. If you're in this market, you're doing something right. Just don't buy in and sell at a loss, you guys. When these kind of things, you new traders out there, when these kind of things happen and you buy up here and things are coming and they say buy the dip and you get excited it's on its way back up again and it's like fake rally and then boom, 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 just don't sell at a loss. When in doubt, zoom out. Hold on to your crypto. Hold on to your Bitcoin. You're going to protect yourself because this is going to catch fire and it's all going to burn. Last piece of news. For those of you who've made it this far in my video, you know how much I appreciate you guys. Take the time to just give me a thumbs up, even a thumbs down if you want to. It's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, right? But if you have not subscribed, please push the little red button. It takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to, not even 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up, you guys. And share this video with anyone you like. Drop a comment below because I love interacting with you guys. It's pretty much the best part of my day. So ARK Invest CEO says, impossible to shut down Bitcoin. This kind of ties in with the other article we kind of sort of went over as why governments cannot ban Bitcoin. They cannot shut Bitcoin down. Regulators will become more friendly over time. This woman is very, very, very smart. She buys the dips. This company puts their money where their mouth is, like Michael Saylor does. These people are heroes to the cryptocurrency space because they give us confidence to understand that, you know what, dip happens, okay? And when dip happens, you buy the dip and you increase your portfolios as you see fit and as you can actually afford to do with what you're working with. I told you before, I'll tell you again, never play with your lunch money, okay? Because if you play with your lunch money, you're gonna end up going hungry. But yes, regulations will become more friendly over time. They're going to have to because the whole world is going digital. The whole transfer of money, this whole idea of stores of wealth, it's all changing. And it really took kicked up a notch when Bitcoin basically showed up on the scene. Now we have peer-to-peer things and the world is no longer going against. There are a few people left that are still against it, but they don't live in reality. They're too stuck with the old systems or they have too much to lose. Especially like the banking systems. You fight it until you finally have to join it because it's getting so big that you just can't ignore it anymore. So you got to regulate it. You got to make it clean. You got to make it available and open to everybody to be able to invest and not get scammed or not get rug pulled, or at least, and especially from the government standpoint, they want to get their little piece of the pie. They want their cut. They want you paying your taxes on your gains. They wouldn't care so much if they didn't know that down the road, even pretty much what started this year, so many taxes. So many people owe so much money in taxes because of these huge gains. And the government knows that that trend is only going to continue. So regulation, you guys, it's going to be a good thing ultimately. We want to see regulation because now all that big money that's sitting on the sideline that doesn't quite know what to do because the regulatory climate, at least in the United States, is just really not that clear yet. It's coming and we need it, and it's going to be good. So if people who are putting millions and millions and millions and sometimes billions of dollars towards Bitcoin have something like this to say, I tend to listen to that more than the noise, because the noise is created to create these dips, to trigger the bots and the algorithms, and to get the people to short Bitcoin and drop it down and drop it down. They're just buying it back, you guys. They're just making more Bitcoin. So when people who put their money where their mouth is in the terms of millions and billions of dollars, I definitely listen, and you should too. Let's go back to CoinGecko, you guys. Let's go back and just real quick overlook the market right now. So yeah, 1.61 trillion. We're still sliding, and most of the people that I listened to expected this, and I honestly expected this as well, because you get those dead cat bounce and you get excited, and I'm telling you, don't throw all your money in just because you think you've reached the bottom and we're starting to recover. A trend reversal will not be what we're seeing right now. We're not seeing a trend reversal. What we're seeing is a continued trend of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, but mostly to the downside. Now, there is going to come a point where we're going to bottom out, you guys. You're never going to catch the bottom. Don't try, but if you do and you get lucky, good for you. Dollar cost average on the way down, excuse me, and dollar cost average on the way up. It's a healthy way to build your portfolio. If you're trying to be impatient, you're trying to be a millionaire overnight, this is not the environment to do that, you guys. The blow off top moments, when you have the mass euphoria, which again has not happened during this bull cycle, it will happen. I do believe it will happen at the end of this year. I've said it in December. I believe I'm going to stand by that. You're going to see that. That's not the environment we're in right now. You're trying to make ranges. You're trying to get in at a good price, and you're trying to maybe sell a little bit when you make some money and ride these waves. It's expert trading, but if you follow the news, if you follow the right YouTubers, and if you put your due diligence in and you do your own research, you'll be able to take advantage of this, because there's plenty of money to be made even in these times. In fact, some people, they wait for this kind of stuff, because in their mind, the way they trade, the way their mind is geared, they make more money in times like this than they do when everything's just going up. So listen, you guys know I love you. I appreciate you. Happy trading to everybody. Happy hodling, happy collecting, happy profit taking. Keep your mindset positive, you guys. The bear market is not here, okay? It's just a rough patch of seas right now, and we will get through it. Too many people want Bitcoin, and they want it at a cheaper price, and that's exactly the world that we live in right now, and it is temporary. Just like everything, it is temporary. The good times are temporary, the tough times are temporary, not just in Bitcoin trading, but in personal life. Find your joy, find your peace, find your happiness, go out there and love somebody, do what's right, and you'll feel good about yourself, all right? Peace.